Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome back to the channel. I'm so excited to dive into today's book with you, and I have a feeling this one is going to hit different for so many of you watching. Have you ever felt like you're going through the motions at work, doing what you're supposed to do but feeling completely disconnected from your purpose? Maybe you've looked at leaders like Steve Jobs or Martin Luther King Jr. and wondered what made them so magnetic, so inspiring that people would literally follow them anywhere. Or perhaps you've started a business or project with so much passion, only to find yourself burnt out and questioning why you even started. If any of that resonates with you, my friend, then grab your favorite drink, get comfortable, and let's explore one of the most transformative leadership books of our time. Today we're diving deep into Start With Why by Simon Sinek. Now, Simon Sinek wasn't always the TED Talk superstar and leadership guru we know today. He actually started his career in advertising, and for years he was successful by most people's standards, but he felt completely empty inside. He had lost his passion, his sense of purpose, and he was struggling to understand why some leaders and organizations inspired fierce loyalty, while others just couldn't connect with people. This personal crisis led him on a journey of discovery that would eventually become Start With Why, published in 2009. Through his research, Sinek uncovered what he calls the Golden Circle, a simple but powerful concept that explains why some people and organizations are able to inspire while others aren't. And here's the beautiful thing about this book: it's not just about business or leadership, it's about finding your own sense of purpose and living a more fulfilling life. So let's start with the foundation of everything Sinek teaches, and that's understanding what he calls the Golden Circle. Picture three concentric circles, like a target. The outer circle is what, the middle circle is how, and the inner circle, the bullseye, is why. Now, most people and organizations start from the outside and work their way in. They know what they do, they might know how they do it, but very few know why they do it. And here's what Sinek discovered: every single inspiring leader and organization thinks, acts, and communicates from the inside out. They start with why. The what is easy to identify. It's your product, your service, your job title. Everyone knows what they do. The how is your process, your unique value proposition, the things that make you different from everyone else. Some people know how they do what they do. But the why, that's your purpose, your cause, your belief. It's why you exist, why you get out of bed every morning, why anyone should care. And here's the thing that blew my mind when I first read this: people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. Think about Apple for a moment. They don't just sell computers and phones. Their why is challenging the status quo and thinking differently. Everything they do, from their sleek design to their revolutionary products, proves what they believe. That's why people camp outside Apple stores for new product launches. It's not really about the phone, it's about being part of something bigger. Sinek explains that this isn't just marketing psychology, it's actually rooted in biology. The outer section of the Golden Circle corresponds to the neocortex part of our brain, which is responsible for rational and analytical thought and language. But the inner two sections, the how and why, correspond to the limbic brain, which controls our feelings, behavior, and decision-making, but has no capacity for language. This is why when someone asks you why you chose your spouse or why you love your favorite movie, you often struggle to put it into words. You just say things like "it felt right" or "I just knew." That's your limbic brain talking. And when leaders communicate from their why, they're speaking directly to the part of the brain that drives behavior. Now let's dive deep into how this plays out in the real world, because this is where it gets really practical and transformative. Sinek walks us through some incredible case studies, and one of my favorites is the Wright brothers versus Samuel Langley. You've probably never heard of Samuel Langley, but back in the early 1900s, he was the guy everyone thought would be first to achieve powered flight. He had all the resources, the best minds, funding from the War Department, and massive media attention. The Wright brothers, on the other hand, were just two guys in a bike shop with no college education, no government funding, and no one on their team had ever worked in aviation. So what made the difference? Langley's why was fame and fortune. He wanted to be rich and famous. The Wright brothers' why was something much deeper. They believed that if they could figure out powered flight, it would change the world. They were driven by purpose, not profit. And guess what happened? The Wright brothers achieved powered flight first, and Langley quit the day he heard about their success. He lost his motivation because his why wasn't authentic or inspiring. This pattern shows up everywhere. Martin Luther King Jr. didn't stand on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial and say, "I have a plan." He said, "I have a dream." He shared his why, his belief that all people should be treated equally, and 250,000 people showed up. They didn't come for king, they came for themselves, for what they believed in too. And here's what really hit me, this applies to every single one of us, not just famous leaders. When you start with why in your own life, everything changes. Your relationships become deeper because people connect with your authentic self. Your work becomes more fulfilling because you're connected to your purpose. Even your daily decisions become clearer because you have a filter to run them through. But Sinek also warns us about something he calls the split. This happens when organizations become so focused on their what, their products and results, that they lose sight of their why. They start manipulating instead of inspiring. You know what manipulation looks like? It's price drops, promotions, fear tactics, peer pressure, novelty features, all those things that might drive short-term behavior but don't create loyalty. Manipulation works, but it's exhausting and expensive. You have to keep doing more of it to get the same results. But inspiration that's sustainable. When people believe what you believe, they'll stick with you through thick and thin. They become advocates, not just customers. Now let's talk about how to discover your own why, because this is probably what you're really here for, right? Sinek emphasizes that your why is not a statement about making money, that's a result. Your why is about the impact you want to have, the change you want to see in the world. He suggests looking at your life for patterns. What have you always been drawn to? What makes you come alive? What breaks your heart about the world that you want to fix? Often your why is connected to your most transformative experiences, both positive and challenging ones. For some people, it's empowering others to reach their potential. For others, it's bringing beauty and creativity into the world. Maybe it's making complex things simple, or protecting the vulnerable, or connecting people who should know each other. Your why is uniquely yours, and it probably showed up early in your life, in different forms. Once you know your why, everything else becomes clearer. Your hows become the ways you bring your why to life. Maybe you do it through teaching or creating or building businesses, or raising families. Your whats become the specific vehicles you use, your job, your projects, your daily actions. But they all serve your deeper purpose. Your chalekals your job, yopnid bayate vupir gespikte. Nindo konig zipom zenon gespikte, sinikumpite o mainches. Sinek also talks about samiliki bonig zipom biopni bayade esme. Most people play finite games, they're trying to win, to beat the competition, to finish first. But leaders who start with why, they're playing an infinite game. They're not trying to win, they're trying to keep playing, to keep advancing their cause, to keep making progress toward their vision of the future. This changes everything about how you approach challenges. Instead of seeing competitors as enemies, you see them as worthy rivals who push you to be better. Instead of seeing failure as the end, you see it as learning. Instead of chasing short-term wins that compromise your values, you make decisions that serve your long-term purpose. And here's something that really stood out to me. Sinek explains why some people feel stuck or unfulfilled even when they're successful by traditional measures. It's because they've been living someone else's why, or they've lost touch with their own. Maybe you went into a career because it was expected, or you started a business to make money without considering what you actually cared about. When your daily actions don't align with your deeper purpose, you feel that disconnect in your soul. But the beautiful thing is, it's never too late to reconnect with your why. You can start today by asking yourself different questions. Instead of, what should I do? Ask, why does this matter? Instead of, how can I win? Ask, how can I contribute? Instead of, what will make me successful? Ask, what will make me fulfilled? Alright my friend, let's wrap this up because I want to make sure you leave here with some clear takeaways that can transform how you approach your life and work. Ask. First, remember that people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. This applies to everything, whether you're trying to build a business, find a romantic partner, or even just make friends. When you lead with your authentic purpose, you attract the right people who share your values. Second, your why is not about making money or achieving status, those are results. Your why is about the impact you want to have, the change you want to create, the legacy you want to leave. Spend time discovering what that is for you. Third, starting with why isn't just a communication strategy, it's a way of living. When you're clear on your purpose, decision-making becomes easier, relationships become deeper, and work becomes more meaningful. Fourth, Avoid the manipulation trap. Instead of trying to pressure or trick people into doing what you want, inspire them by sharing what you believe and why it matters. This builds trust and loyalty that lasts. Fifth, play the infinite game. Focus on advancing your cause, not just winning in the short term. This leads to more sustainable success and fulfillment. And finally, remember that your why probably showed up early in your life and has been consistent, even as your whats and hows have changed. Look for those patterns, those themes that have always mattered to you. Here's what I want you to do right now. Take out your phone or grab a piece of paper and write down one thing that makes you come alive, something that you could talk about for hours because it matters so much to you. That's probably connected to your why. Now think about how you could bring more of that into your daily life, whether that's in your work, your relationships, or how you spend your free time. You have something unique to offer the world, beautiful soul. The world needs what you have to give, but only you can discover it and share it. Start with why, and watch how everything else falls into place. If this resonated with you, please hit that subscribe button because we're just getting started on this journey together. Drop a comment below and tell me what your why is, or what insights from this book hit you the hardest. I read every single comment and I love connecting with you. Until next time, keep growing, keep questioning, and remember that your purpose matters more than you know. I'll see you in the next video, my friend.